Oh, welcome back to Marky Mark's Wood Shop. And I'm Marky Mark, and this is the wood shop. So today we're going to make some more progress on our secretary mission style. Yesterday we did some glue ups on the work surface. So today we got to trim it up, clean up the dowels, sand it, all that good stuff. So let's pop the clamps off, take a peek at what we have. And that looks very acceptable. So the first thing I want to do is knock those dowels down a little bit. Yesterday I used a very small saw. Today I'm going to use a saw just for this purpose. It's meant for cutting right up against a work surface without damaging the wood. The saw blade pretty much has no swage to it, which is the trick. So that'll make the sanding part easier if I can cut off any excess. Some are already down there pretty good. Most are not. I'm holding the blade flat so it cuts parallel to our finished surface. And that'll need next to no sanding, really. Let me just go over the rest of them and then we'll get to the next step. Alrighty, I've trimmed the edges up and trimmed them in fact to our final dimension, which is 41 7/8. So I'm going to run a couple passes through the drum sander here and knock down some areas that's going to save us some labor. At least that's the idea. So I'm going to be running it through here a few passes to try and get the edges a little bit closer. This is the back side, which is a little uglier. It's not going to be seen, but I want to get it as nice as possible. Then we'll flip it over and do the surface that's important. Alright, having gone through the drum sander, it's knocked down a lot of work for me. More and more as I go, with age, I find that I use the machines more for rough work and using my hands for the final finishing, whether it be cutting or whatever the operation may be. In fact, I've found myself using more hand tools with age. I used to use the machines as the finished product, and that provided a lot of disappointment throughout the years. So one of the things I've learned is kind of use the machines for the rough stuff and again finish with either hand tools or finer tools. So in this case I'm ready to do some sanding, so we'll be a while doing that. I'll get back with you after I sand. So I've just been sanding away. I hit our other piece a little bit too, and I set the board in there so you can begin to see what our secretary is going to look like. Alrighty, working on a couple other little things. So I squared up and cleaned up the alder caps for the work surface supports on both of them. And now I've got to cut out the face frame so it has somewhere to go through. And I'm just going to do that by hand. The table saw would probably make it a little quicker, but the big blade isn't going to help me, the diameter of it. Let's flip it around and do the other side. There we go. You probably couldn't see it, but I cut just outside of my pencil lines, so our supports will be able to pass through. In fact, it looks a little tight. During the final fitting, I may have to get out a rasp and give it just a little bit more clearance. We'll see when we get to that point. So I need to get some putty that is more the color of alder. I've only got white, which works well for oak and very light woods, and walnut, which of course is way dark. So I've got nothing in between that I can use. So we'll have to make a trip down to Home Desperate and see what they might have. So it's time to go up and check on my love. That would be Amber. And until I get back to the shop, hopefully a little bit later tonight, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to watch the progress of this project. And hit the like button, leave a comment, and we'll see you shortly.